Functional Movement Screen, or FMS, is a screening tool to evaluate 7 fundamental moving patterns. There's 3 principles to FMS, and they are move well, move often, protect, correct, and develop, and create systems to protect your principles. The person I had to evaluate received the following scores. For the deep squat, they received a 2. Hurdle step on the right side and hurdle step on the left side also received 2s. The inline lunge on the right side received a 2, and the inline lunge on the left side received a 3. The shoulder mobility on the right side received a 1, and shoulder mobility on the left side received a 2. Active straight leg raise on the left side received a 1. Active straight leg raise on the right side received a 2. Trunk stability push-up was a 2. Rotary stability on the right side and rotary stability on the left side received 2s. The reason they received a 2 for the deep squat was because their heels were elevated off the ground during this motion. For the hurdle steps on both the right and the left side, they received a 2 because alignment was lost between the hips, the knees, and ankles, and the dowel and hurdle did not remain parallel. For the inline lunge on the right side, they received a 2 because the dowel contact was not maintained to the 3 points of contact. For shoulder mobility, on the right side, they received a 1 because their fists were not within 1.5 hand lengths. And shoulder mobility on the left side, they received a 2 because their fists were within 1.5 hand lengths. For the active straight leg raise on the left side, they received a 1 because the vertical line of the malleolus resided below the joint line. And the active straight leg raise on the right side received a 2 because vertical line of the malleolus resided between mid-thigh and joint line. For trunk stability push-up, they received a 2 because the person that I was evaluating was a man, and they had to align their thumbs with the chin in order to have no lag in the spine for this movement. And for the rotary stability, they received 2s for both sides because the hands and knee did not leave the ground at the same time. Moving into a corrective plan for my client, I noticed asymmetry in 2 of the screens that I had them do. This was in the active straight leg raise where they received a 1 on the left side and a 2 on the right side. And then the shoulder mobility because they received a 1 on the right side and a 2 on the left side. So I wanted to do what I could to correct this asymmetry. For the active straight leg raise, I'd want my client to work on crocodile breathing. I believe that sometimes this can just help correct the asymmetry within itself. And then also some soft tissue work with the hip flexors, and then moving from there into a toe touch progression, really looking at are they able to get down to their toes evenly on both sides. Moving to shoulder mobility, I'd also want them to work on crocodile breathing for the same reason that I want them to work on it for the active straight leg raise, but then also working on some soft tissue work with their pecs, especially on the right side because that's where the asymmetry was present. So yeah, that's all in my corrective plan for this client. Thank you.